Valedictorian award tonight is being given to Matthew Patches. Matt is graduating with a 4.0, which he earned all 4 of his years here in high school. Matt will not only be sharing the valedictorian address, but he also has served as class president for this class. And Matt, I remember the day when I interviewed you prior to you coming here to Terry Hill as a freshman, and I distinctly remember this thought going through my head as I looked at you, and inside I said, there is a young man that I believe is going to blossom into a fine leader, and I was looking forward to see what God had for you while you were here at Terry Hill. And Matt, I just wanted to tell you, you did not let me down. Thank you for being you, the leadership, the example you have given not only to the class, but also to our school. And tonight, you're full deserving of this award.
All right, well, thank you. And to the class of 2014, I'll say what everybody else says. Congratulations, we made it this far. But I want to start by reading something I wrote in 3rd grade that I just got this Wednesday. We had a reunion with our Lambs class. And if I had entitled it then, I would call it 10 Years From Now. It goes like this. 10 years from now, I think I will be living with my parents. I'll be graduating from Manheim Central or Terry Hill Mennonite High School. I will work at Pizza Hut. In high school, I will be in these activities, football and softball. If I go to college, it will be Penn State. I will go to White Oak Church of the Brethren. I will have visited Washington, D.C. and Florida. My favorite restaurant will be Pizza Hut, and I will drive a Blue Viper. My best friends will be Adam and Braden. This is what I remember the most about 3rd grade, my friends. And then the other week, Miss B gave me something I wrote in my freshman year. It stated 8/26/2010. It says, I think that to make this the best 4 years of my life, I need to be kind to everyone. I need to treat people with respect. I want to have good friends to make Terry Hill fun. Academically, I want to try the best I can and try for the highest grades I can. I want to work hard and do good work. I also want to grow closer to God through this experience of Terry Hill. If I can do these things, I think this will make my 4 years of high school fun and enjoyable. Well, now I'm here on the other side of the 4 years, and I can look back and say that these 4 years have been life-changing, and what I imagined sitting there as a freshman writing that, and what I imagined back in 3rd grade in the next 10 years, I couldn't even imagine anything like this, that it has been a blessing to be here. So in the beginning of this year, Mr. Weber asked us if this was going to be an average year or if there'd be something special about it. And he was challenging us to make it more than just the average year. And I don't think any of us really realized what kind of a special year it'd be. But now I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the rest of my life, wondering if it's going to be average or if I'm going to do something significant. And so I was sitting, planning my speech, and that's about as far as I got. And that's not good when you're planning a speech for graduation. So the only thing that really I felt like I should share was my heart for our class and kind of my expectation or my burden or my dream. So I sat down and wrote a third thing. I wrote one in 3rd grade, one in 9th grade, and this is one for graduation. It goes like this. To the class of 2014, we have made it this far, but this isn't the end. This isn't the break. This isn't our goal. This is only the beginning. There doesn't seem to be words to describe this past year and all the things that I have learned. I couldn't have planned it this way. In fact, I probably wouldn't have planned it this way, but God saw it best to plan it this way, and all I have left is to follow Him and fully trust Him. I feel like, again, I don't have words to fit the occasion, but I want to give my heart's cry. Here are my expectations, my hopes, my dreams, my heart for our class as we continue. First, I can hardly imagine life without you guys, seeing you 5 days a week. It's going to be different, but I think we'll see each other some more, I'm pretty sure. And we're moving out and about. But whatever you do, don't live the average life. Live above everything that is around you, trying to pull you down. Feel the call of God. Fill your life with things that matter to Him. Never look at anything else as you serve Him. That's abnormal, and that's above average, and that's what God desires. No one reads a book full of average chapters, filled with average characters in average paragraphs, doing average things, and God despises nominal Christianity. Nothing we can taste with our mouths, hear with our ears, experience with our hands, or even see with our eyes holds a candle to what God has. And if it gets in between us and God, it is never, ever worth it. Average may seem easier and more enjoyable now, but we have no clue what true joy is until we are in heaven, face to face with Christ, and he says, "Welcome home." So that's my first burden. Get out of the mediocrity of life and live. Second, it's hard to walk life only knowing the here and now. Sometimes I wish I could step back and just see the journey ahead. But the more I live, I think the more thankful I am that I can't and I won't. There is something more secure about facing the unknown future with a known God than facing the known future with an unknown God. So we don't know what's ahead, but live faithfully now so that we don't need to worry about anything ahead. There's a quote that I'm not quite sure where it came from, maybe Abraham Lincoln, but it says, "Without God, we cannot succeed. With God, we cannot fail." There's also a story I'd like to read. It goes like this. One night, a man had a dream. He dreamed he was walking along the beach with the Lord. Across the sky flashed scenes from his life. For each scene, he noticed 2 sets of footprints in the sand, one belonging to him and the other to the Lord. When the last scene of his life flashed before him, he looked back at the footprints in the sand. He noticed that many times along the path of his life, there was only one set of footprints. He also noticed that it happened at the very lowest and saddest times of his life. This really bothered him, and he questioned the Lord about it. "Lord, you said that once I decide to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. However, I noticed that during the most troublesome times in my life, there was only one set of footprints. I do not understand why. Why, when I need you the most, would you leave me?" The Lord replied, "My precious, precious child, I love you and I would never leave you. During the times of trial and suffering, when you see only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you." The author of that's unknown. So God knows the way. Follow him. Be broken. Be usable. Be a person of integrity. Show the world what it would look like if everybody served one king. Live for the kingdom of God. Hold all material things of this world with an open hand, willing to sacrifice anything temporal for anything eternal. Live and really live. There will be no regrets, and show the world that you've been changed and you're serving a higher calling. So I hope that through that, my heart can be seen. It may not have been pretty or perfect grammar. Sorry, Dr. B, if I messed something up. But I think when we pour out our heart and share a burden, it won't be pretty, and that's perfectly fine. To close, I want to read the lyrics to a song entitled "My Lighthouse" by Wren Collective. This was one of Jared's favorite songs, and that's part of the reason why I'm reading it now, but it also fits really well. I'm just going to read down through the verses and then do the chorus at the end. It says, "In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. You are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence you won't let go. In my questions your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. You are the peace in my troubled sea. I won't fear what tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms." And the chorus goes, my lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. My lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. So in conclusion, there's no feelings or any words that can describe how it feels to get on a plane without one of your class members. But he crossed to the other shore in that song. And personally, I want to join him there. And to the class of 2014, I want you guys to join him there. And that pretty much sums up my speech right there. I want all of you in this room to join him there. And I want to live like I'm going to join him there. So to the class of 2014, I love you guys. And there's a quote that pretty much sums up how I feel about our class. It's also unknown who the author is. It says, "I've learned that it's not what you have in life, but whom you have in your life that counts." So I love you guys, and we've made it this far, and that's pretty awesome. But we aren't done. Like our theme says, we will not give up the fight. So guys, let's live, because we're going somewhere.